All right, that's better. You know what? I'm gonna get me some brighter light here. Uh, man. All right. Good evening, good afternoon, good day, my fellows, brothers and sisters. Thank you for checking in. Haha, just a little bit closer, and that would be rather perfect. All right. A little bit closer, a little bit closer. All right. So, listen in. I want to have this conversation with you. It's a beautiful day. Uh, Beautiful day. I am getting over a cold, but you wouldn't be able to tell if if you didn't know, because I've been really online doing some things and really stepping up my game. But first, I want to mention and encourage everybody, if you have not heard the phenomenal news. Last week I had the opportunity. Les Brown was in town in the DC area, and it was just a phenomenal event. Several other amazing speakers were speaking there, and I had front row, and I continue to evolve, continue to grow. That was that to get motivated. So that was great. Got some good training. Heard from Les, and Les will be in Baltimore coming up uh, April the 21st and 22nd, I believe. That Friday and Saturday. Let me make sure, but yeah, I believe that is those are the dates. So 20th, 21st. So stay tuned in for that. But a lot of other great things are happening as well. So I'm just really excited to really connect these different dots now, man. I'm really getting into doing more online, and I need help. So if you are a phenomenal online expert, if you're a phenomenal online expert, I'm trying to get this a little bit closer to me. Phenomenal online expert, I want to offer you the opportunity to work with me and work with as I lay out certain key analysis. You see, for the most part, I've been relying on my uh, depth and my unique partners and just my esteemed brand. But I realized that sometimes you have to get that message out there into the right places, into the right formats, and having the right looks with it. So, I'm ready to invest in these things and really, I'm beginning, not necessarily beginning, but I've reached a point of all of my activities that I know it's time for me to truly say that it's time to go to another level. So I'm looking forward, but coming up here in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks, no, not next couple, but yes, next couple of days, I will be featured in the Speakers Magazine. So that's going to be a phenomenal thing. And, I'm going to save that for when I attend some event planners conference, because I sincerely do believe that, all of my uh, studies at this particular time and being in a position to offer individuals that wisdom that I've gained from the likes of Dr. George C. Frazier and Les Brown, just connecting with them, as well as my own independent research and attending the Get Motivated training and the training, shall I say, that I've gone to over the years, and having a weekend boot camp with Dr. Willie Jolly has truly put me in a position to be and take all of my business operations to another level. So I'm excited. I know that it's time, and I've been putting in the money and investing my time and reading the right books. And speaking of books, I'm going to talk to you today about two of these phenomenal books that I believe sincerely that would enhance your life and your existence on many different levels. So I'm excited to speak about two of them, and let me just get them here so you all can see them. As I get these books ready, I also want to mention I'll be in this Black Unity News paper magazine. I did a full page article there, so definitely keep a heads up. I will have copies of that. So you got to get some copies, man. You got to get some copies. We got to get that out. I dropped some jewels there. And but these are the books. These are the books that I wanted to talk about here. First one, this is the Lisa Nichols book, Abundance Now. If you haven't read it, if you haven't got it, and this is the first one I've read of hers, and I think that it's really, really a good tool. Man, she drops it. And what I'm impressed about her is, just showing up at these conferences, showing up. She went to 42 conferences over and over and over. And I just think that that's like for real. That's serious, because you're gonna get something. You're gonna get something. Sometimes people don't know the value of attending these conferences. They ask why you gotta keep showing up to these conferences, like the Power Networking Conference, where I'll be with my table, of course. So definitely stop by. If you don't stop to holler at anybody else, make sure you stop by and holler at the success at my Power Networking table at the Power Networking Conference. But so this book, so let me just, peruse through it. And it's New York Times best-selling author, no matter what. That was one of her first books. And recurring motivational speaking coach on the Steve Harvey Show and Today Show. Nichols is only one of two African American female founders to take her company public. Was that Kathy? Here's the other one. That's interesting. But she co-authored the book Chicken Soup for the Soul for African Americans, as well as Chicken Soup for African American Women's Soul. Interesting. Oh, okay. Chicken Soup for the African American Soul. Wow. So and let me just say something about the Jack Canfield series. I think that sold like 500 million, something like that. So that's some serious branding and serious connections. And I know Willie Jolly, I believe, had one as well with that series. And interestingly, I went to several workshops with another gentleman who actually wrote a book, with one of those books as well. So I went there, and that was on branding. So I got some pretty good jewels from a few of these phenomenal uh, individuals, and so I knew that uh, that it's my time to do things on a different level. So what else? She also was in The Secret, self-help movie in The Secret. So that was a really kind of put out there. That got her on Oprah Winfrey Show and several other shows. I think it was what's that guy? Haven't seen him in a while. CNN used to be Larry. All right, I can't remember his name. I'm seeing this picture, and I'm seeing her on there, but somebody else can tell me. Post it if you hear this, and you can think the guy's name. I'm picturing a white guy, with glasses, black hair, but so there's several chapters in here. Let me just see some of the different chapters. It's like 8 or 9. Let me see, 8 or 9 chapters, but very well written. Very well written. And one key point, because I don't want to take too much, but one key point is you don't have to master everything. You are enough right now, today. A lot of people think they have to master everything. And I was sitting there thinking, to myself, sometimes I try to run away from certain things I've done in the past because you know you may feel that the lessons have no value, right? But regardless of whatever you've done, your experiences have value to other people. And this is where, I mean, we understandably, we do live in a society that values particular types of skills. And I'm beginning to understand these human dynamics. And I did a video earlier and I was talking about, like who owns all of the real estate in the world and, you know, and it made me think of how sometimes before all of the self-motivated talk and all these different things that we're learning in this contemporary context, that we there was a time when all of this didn't matter. There were wealth was based upon different philosophies and ideas and different power relations. And so now today, there's the branding and marketing and showing up and being connecting to different people, connecting and creating these relationships. So I do believe sincerely that you have to pay a price. Not everybody's gonna go to the front of the line in this. You're not gonna jump necessarily over people who have been there for 10 years, skilled individuals. So what you have to do, on some level is you're going to have to pay your price and you may have to diversify. You may have to, go into different spaces and different places. And this is why, I can say that I'm the hottest in Maryland, right? So, people like, you're the hottest in Maryland. That's right. I can see how I've connected to different institutions and different people, and I've been able to ensure that in certain spaces I have some credibility. Now, not everybody's gonna appreciate me coming out saying that, but and feeling that way, but I'm quite experienced in these things. So that's one of the things that she pointed out here. Man, I just got I read this cover to cover, some time ago. Um, but I just turned to this chapter. I just highlighted some things here. And she's talking about your what got you here won't get you there. Now let me just read part of this. She says, following is an exercise I use in my training to help people release past influences we know won't support future financial goals. Those childhood lessons and those unspoken messages that can't possibly help you because they're simply incompatible with where you're headed. This is a chapter on negative money beliefs, and many of us have that. I mean, I recently posted a picture with young men standing in line to get Michael Jordan's tennis shoes. Now, again, I'm not one to challenge or berate or disrespect individuals who may feel that they want something better. That's not the thing. I do believe sometimes that we establish these false perceptions of success, and I just don't think that young people there's a value proposition that unfortunately we have to be able to uh, ensure that we teaching our young people values, dividing your wants from your needs, and that's not happening. That's not happening. For one, I believe that we have to instruct young people not to waste a whole lot of time in lines and things like that in the consumer and being an E quadrant consumer, because the reality is that, consumer debt is like slavery. And if you don't get anything else, I mean, houses and cars, I mean, the reality is all of these things put you into slavery. And so we got to think about that, and how these things affect our bottom line. So she says, what parts of your cultural, economic, gender, and spiritual blueprint can you love and embrace, and which do you need to release because they no longer support who you are today? So we have to realize that, we have to release some things. We have to release some ideas, some people, and not everybody is gonna, you know, be with you on that ride. I had an interesting conversation. Well, I don't know, but I'll just kind of mention it briefly. Someone uh, felt that I should have, more pampered that discussion a little earlier. But I'm just like, man, we really want, some of us gonna have to wake up a little faster, and you're gonna have to develop a type of cognition about the world and awareness about the world earlier than what uh, society defines for you. And it's unfortunate that we don't value knowledge, books can free us. The right books, readers, scholars, not just some young people on YouTube just talking, but people that have developed a well-roundedness about themselves. And so this is why I read these different people's books and go to these conferences and workshops, because I'm not going to stay in one underdeveloped frame of reference. So this is Lisa Nichols' book, and I'll just give you, for those who may not know Lisa Nichols, she says in 1994, on government assistance with $11.42 left in her bank account, Lisa Nichols resolved to break out of the mindset, behaviors, and habits that keep us from enjoying life's riches. Mindset, behaviors, and habits. This may not like register to some people, political people that uh, believe that somebody's going to always hold you back. Somebody is going to always be in control of you. And, I just have to ask the question. I mean, haven't we learned from many of our great ancestors, from Dr. King? I mean, from Harriet Tubman to Frederick Douglass. And, the reality is that many of us, we suffer from our lack of awareness. And instead of, for me, I've reached a point and my observation that more so I need to create an awareness about behaviors, check, mindset, and habits. Say it with me: behaviors, mindset, and habits. So I just believe that if we put down some of these self-destructive things, it may, for those who may feel that voting and somebody's supposed to sign off on your success, someone's supposed to bless your success and be the authority over whether you eat or not. I say it's time. It's going to be time for us to grow up, like really soon. Absolutely, no question in my mind. So I'm just saying that what's real is that many of us are going to have to grow up, and so I'm expanding my network, my research to ensure that 5, 10 years from now, it will be said that that success scholar, man, that brother, you never know what kind of books he's gonna break out. You don't know what he's going to be reading and what he's going to, what conference he's going to pop around. And one of these days, you're going to say you don't know what part of the world that success scholar is going to show up in. So this is where, manifesting your thoughts of things. So we have the 20-minute mark. Yeah, good time. I wanted to make this a little 30-minute piece. And the next book is Caught Between a Dream and a Job. Say what? Caught between a dream and a job. Caught between a dream and a job. How to leave the 9 to 5 behind and step into your life you've always wanted. All right. Many people may, feel that, teaching, gotta go be entrepreneurs. We gotta go be entrepreneurs. Yeah, yeah. And, depending upon that who you're talking to, that might not necessarily be the best thing for people at a particular time, right? Everybody is going to grow where they are. Different people have different social, economic statuses, and this social stratification within the society. And I'm a firm believer that individuals are going to have to learn entrepreneurial skills and develop an entrepreneurial mindset, as well as a conscious consumerism, and be prudent, fiscally responsible employees, as well as entrepreneurs. Right? That's my view and understanding. But I just don't want to say that on some levels, because I see that some people who, for instance, are rather close to me, and they see the transition I've made over the years, and how I've always, show up. Sometimes you just gotta have to show up at the right places, at the right environments, to ensure that you are organizing and going to the next level. So this particular book here, Caught Between a Dream and a Job. Caught Between a Dream and a Job. All right, so several chapters that I believe are valuable. What to say? uh, and say, identifying your destiny, purpose, and the need for transition. And are you actually thinking and knowing that a transition has to be done, right? You know, there's a place called there. It's called your destiny. Whoever told you to do a job. And this is Delatorro. I mean, he's speaks all over the world. Uh, Very young brother who has been speaking at Toastmasters and NSA, many of these top conferences for years. And, he shares his story. I mean, and that's where, you can look at other people's story, and you can actually set these benchmarks for yourself to know just how uh, and where you see yourself, right? And this is where, sometimes I'm always calculating, for instance, just what level and where I am, and knowing sometimes you gotta know, as Delatorro say, you gotta throttle it up. You gotta throttle up some things. So this book, I mean, it has several different chapters. Caught Between Dream and Job, hiring yourself and landing your dream job. All right. So this is for those that, and he distinguished between a dream job and a job. So there's a difference. There's a difference. And he encourages people to position themselves towards a dream job so that you can truly have the flexibility and freedom to build your true purpose, your true destiny. and to the life you have always wanted. So I just want to encourage people to get these books. Let me kind of go through, just mention some of the chapter titles. Uh, where am I? Where am I? Tips for stepping powerfully into your dreams. Attitude tips. Spiritual and emotional. Social and relational. Time mastery. Financial and entrepreneurial. All different types of tips. And this is where, you have to see where you are. There's lots of people that jump out there and, they, I've done it. Years ago, years and years and years ago, I saw that. I thought I made a calculated risk, and I can say that I did. Now that I look back at it, what I've done some things better, of course, but I realized then that things could be a whole lot worse if I wasn't gainfully employed, if I wasn't making any money from various products and services. But now all of that knowledge is coming together. All of that knowledge, all of that experience is coming together where I'm able to look back and say, man, why, you went out there and you attempted to do something. You just didn't take what society offers you to the point that you just don't do nothing and you're frustrated. So now, I say progress is being made. It's going to be made, but definitely both of these phenomenal books have truly impacted my existence to know what direction I need to aspire towards and what level I'm going to step things up to. So good things are happening. Stay tuned in. Yes, I try to do this on my business, Harambe Books and Harambe and Hakiami Enterprises on Facebook as well. I want you to certainly connect to my Instagram, Success Scholar on Instagram, and Success Scholar One on Twitter. And you can go to my website, successscholarhaki.com, to look up some of my phenomenal books and DVDs that I sell. Looking forward. If you don't see me or hear from me over the next few weeks, I'm going to be developing some of my online strategies and tactics because it's time and more people are gonna wake up. I'm sensing an explosion, absolutely. And if know anyone that's recognized and wise enough, let's build. Let's have this conversation. Uh, I'm gonna do this 7 steps to overcoming economic and psychological enslavement. Phenomenal presentation that I've done. Actually, did just this past Saturday, part of it, and went fairly well, of course. And I think that many people will be impressed with it. 5, 6, and 7-figure earners, certainly global thinkers, would be and will be and would have been impressed by it. So definitely thank you all for tuning in and coming up on. I wanted to do a 30-minute powwow, and things are coming along, ready to go to another level. So I say stay tuned in. See you at the Power Networking Conference for those that are wise enough to come, and even those that are even more wiser. I would encourage you. You should definitely stop by my table if you know what you know, because it's time. It's absolutely time for the Success Scholar to go and grow to another level. So thank you all for tuning in. I'm out. Thank you all. Peace out, y'all.